जय राधा माधवा जय कुंज विहारी।
जय राधा माधवा जय कुंज विहारी।
गोपी जन वल्लभा जय गिरिवराधारी। यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन।
यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन।
यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन। यमुना तीरवनचारी जय कुंज विहारी।
यमुना तीरवनचारी जय कुंज विहारी।
जय राधा माधवा जय कुंज विहारी। यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन।
यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन।
यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन। यमुना तीरवनचारी जय कुंज विहारी।
यमुना तीरवनचारी जय कुंज विहारी।
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवतसेवया भगवति उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिन् इति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वतीदेवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशधारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधरा श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंदा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Hare Krishna. Welcome to everyone. Today we are going to discuss the 16th chapter of the first canto named How Parikshit Maharaj Received the Age of Kali. Let's have a short recap of the previous chapter. In the previous chapter we have discussed about how Arjuna explained about the disappearance of Lord Krishna and annihilation of Yadu dynasty due to the curse of Brahmanas to Yudhishthira Maharaj. When Yudhishthira Maharaj heard about Lord's disappearance, he felt devastated. He felt very much aggrieved and he decided to go back home, back to Godhead. Then he enthroned Parikshit Maharaj, who was qualified as the emperor of the entire world, and put Vajranabha, the great grandson of Krishna, as the king of Mathura. Then he gave up his royal robes, accepted simple clothes, completely being disinterested in the materialistic thing. He started going towards north, being completely fixed in Krishna's lotus feet. Then all his brothers saw that Yudhishthira Maharaj is leaving home. So all the brothers also nullified devotee of Lord Krishna. Therefore, they wanted to follow in the footsteps of their elder brother Yudhishthira Maharaj. They knew very well the only goal of life is Lord Krishna. Therefore, they also left everything, went to the abode of the Lord, being completely absorbed in the lotus feet of the Lord. When Draupadi saw that her husbands left her alone and they went, she and Subhadra, both of them being the unallied devotees of the Lord, they also absorbed in Krishna and went back to the abode of the Lord. This is the summary of the previous chapter. And this chapter, Sutta Goswami explains about the activities of Parikshit Maharaj. Parikshit Maharaj was the emperor of the entire world and he was ruling the citizens under the guidance of the Brahmanas. A Kshatriya should always follow the directions and instructions of Brahmanas. He cannot do anything independently. They always should receive the instruction from the Brahmanas and act accordingly. That is the duty of a Kshatriya. Parikshit Maharaj, being a qualified Kshatriya, knew the rules and regulations. Therefore, he would follow the instruction of Brahmanas. Later, he married a daughter of Uttara and he begot 4 sons headed by Janamejaya and other 3 sons, namely Bhimasena, Ugrasena, and Shurasena. And who is the Uttara? Uttara was the son of King Virata. Virata had a daughter, Uttara, and Uttara. Son also Uttara, daughters Uttara. So, Janamejaya was the eldest son of Parikshit. Once, who is Janamejaya? He did once performed a sacrifice. When he heard Parikshit Maharaj was bitten by a snake, Takshaka, he became very angry. He performed a sacrifice in which all the snakes would fall into sacrifice. In the last canto, it was discussed how Parikshit Maharaja leaves the world. When Maharaja Parikshit insulted a Brahmana by putting a snake around his shoulder for not receiving him properly, his son, the Brahmana, Samiksha Rishi's son, named Shringi, he became very angry and cursed Maharaj Parikshit to die within 7 days due to snake bite. When Maharaj heard this news that he is going to die in 7 days, he felt he was very fortunate. He accepted the curse as the blessings of the Lord and left wife, children, everything, all the properties, went to the bank of Ganges and sat there. At the time, there were many sages. So he was asking, what is the duty of a person who's about to die? So when he was asking this question at the time, Shukadeva Goswami entered the assembly and Parikshit Maharaja made him to sit, and he asked the same question to Shukadeva Goswami. So the conversation took place between Shukadeva Goswami and Parikshit Maharaj. Parikshit Maharaj asked many questions. Shukadeva Goswami explained everything to Parikshit Maharaj. So after hearing the 7 days of Srimad Bhagavatam from Shukadeva Goswami, Parikshit Maharaj said to Shukadeva Goswami, "O Brahmana, now I heard about the transcendental pastimes of the Lord." That's Bhagavatam, which is the essence of all the Puranas, Vedas. Now I am completely absorbed in the transcendental knowledge that you revealed me, that destroys all the fear. Now I am not afraid of any kind of snake. I am not afraid of Takshaka. Whoever can come, I don't mind. I am not at all afraid of anyone or any being. No, please give me permission that I'll be able to fix my mind upon the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. So, Shukadeva Goswami gave permission to Parikshit Maharaj to fix his mind upon the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. Shukadeva Goswami left the assembly. Then Parikshit Maharaj sat on the bank of Ganges and fixed his mind upon the lotus feet of Lord Krishna, was completely absorbed in Krishna. So at that time, Takshaka was going to Parikshit Maharaj. While he was going, he saw Kashyapa. Kashyapa knew the art of counteracting the poisonous effect. So Takshaka thought, if Kashyapa comes to the place, even if I bite Parikshit Maharaj, this Kashyapa would counteract and he would bring him back. Therefore, Takshaka somehow gave a wealth to Kashyapa and told, don't go, don't come to this place, you go away. Takshaka flattered Kashyapa by giving huge amount of wealth and sent him away. This Takshaka had a mystic power who can assume any form at his will. Then he assumed the form of a Brahmana, went to the place where Parikshit Maharaj was sitting and meditating upon Lord Krishna, bit him. The moment Parikshit was bitten by Takshaka, immediately his body was burned to ashes. His body was burned to ashes. All the sages and the demigods, entire world, people filled full of anxiety, started lamenting, crying. At the same time, demigods, the heavenly planets, started dancing and showering flowers upon Parikshit Maharaj for his glorious death, because he went back home, back to Godhead. When Janamejaya, the eldest son of Parikshit Maharaj, heard this news of his father's death by this Takshaka, he became very angry. He began a big sacrifice in which he wanted to kill all the snakes. So the Brahmanas was chanting Vedic mantras all the snakes were falling into sacrifice, expecting Takshaka also will fall. But Takshaka, when he saw all the powerful snakes are falling to sacrifice, suddenly Takshaka went and took shelter of Lord Indra. So he was not falling down. So when Janamejaya saw this, asked this Brahmanas, what happened? Why Takshaka is not falling down into sacrifice? The whole purpose of sacrifice meant to kill this Takshaka because he killed my father. So at the time the Brahmana said, O king, actually Takshaka, being afraid of death, he has taken shelter of Lord Indra. Therefore he is not falling into the sacrifice. Then Janamejaya said to the Brahmanas, please chant the mantras that Takshaka along with this protector Indra also should fall into the sacrifice. So then all the Brahmanas chanted, O Takshaka, along with your protector Indra and other demigods also fall into sacrifice. So when they were chanting this Vedic mantras, Indra was sitting on Airavata, Takshaka, Indra, all of them started falling down from their position. When they were falling down, at the time Brihaspati, son of Angira, came to Janamejaya, my dear king, it's not befitting that this king of snakes, Takshaka, to meet death at your hand. Because he has drunk the nectar of the demigods. As a result, he is not supposed to die normal death. He has to live long like a demigods. He cannot die untimely like this. The birth and death of the embodied soul and the destination, the next life, is due to one's own past deeds. Therefore, no one is responsible for the death of your father. If the conditioned soul is killed by a snake or a thief or killed by a disease or a famine or drought or any other means, is simply experiencing the reaction to his own deeds. Therefore, there is no need for you to kill the Takshaka. Please stop this sacrifice which is intended to harm others. Unnecessarily, you killed many innocent snakes. So, after being advised by Angira, then Sir Brihaspati, then Maharaja Janamejaya stopped the sacrifice and worshipped Brihaspati. At the time when he was performing sacrifice, even Vyasadeva was present during the sacrifice. Vyasadeva explained to Janamejaya about the Kurukshetra war. Then later, under the instruction of Vyasadeva, his disciple, Vaishampayana, narrated the entire Mahabharata to Janamejaya. Janamejaya was very much afflicted, very much aggrieved at the death of his father, Parikshit Maharaj. He had a desire to see his father once again. Vyasadeva, by his power, he brought Parikshit Maharaj. Janamejaya saw his father, Parikshit Maharaj. He worshipped his father and Vyasadeva, and he was very much pleased and gave charity to all the Brahmanas. So this was the quality of Janamejaya, who was the eldest son of Parikshit Maharaj. Now let us come back to Parikshit Maharaj. So Parikshit Maharaj was ruling the world under the direction of the Brahmanas. He performed 3 hour sacrifices. When he performed sacrifices, even the demigods from the higher planets would come and to participate and give audience to the common people. It's not so easy for the common person to see the demigods personally. Just like even Krishna. Krishna cannot be seen by common people. Nevertheless, when Krishna descends to this world out of his causeless mercy, common people have the access to see the Lord. It's a mercy of the Lord shown upon the common people to see him. Just like when Krishna was there in Vrindavana, Dwaraka, Mathura, all the citizens would constantly drink the nectar of the beauty of the Lord. This is the mercy of the Lord. Similarly, demigods also bestowed their mercy upon the common people in order to seen by the common people. So when Maharaja Parikshit performed this art sacrifices, but in this age of Kali, such kind of sacrifices are forbidden. Why? Because there are no qualified Brahmanas to chant the Vedic mantras perfectly as they would in the past. Therefore, 5 things are forbidden in this age of Kali. What are the things? Ashramedam, Gavalambam, Sannyasam, Palam, Paitrikam. Devrena Sutatim, Kalu Panja, Varjayet. There are 5 things, acts are forbidden in this age of Kali. What are the acts? Ashrameda or sacrifice. Gavalamba, cow sacrifice. Sannyasa, sannyasa order of life. Then offering flesh in the sacrifice to the forefathers. And having connection. If the husband and the wife, couple, they don't have children, wife can have a connection with the husband brother and beget children. That was allowed in the other yugas. But that act is not allowed in the Kali Yuga. All these 5 acts are forbidden. Particularly these 5 acts. Why means people, there are no qualified Brahmanas to chant the Vedic mantras perfectly. This Ashrameda, Gavalamba, this meant to sacrifice the animal and to give a new life to the animal and to test the effect of the mantras, Vedic mantras. Therefore, they would sacrifice. Even other yugas, for example, Satya Yuga and other Dwapara Yuga and Treta Yuga, even at the time people would chant the mantras perfectly. But in this age of Kali, there is no qualified Brahmana to chant the Vedic mantras perfectly. Therefore, all these sacrifices are forbidden. Even the life of Tvashta. Tvashta was a Brahmana. He was one of the demigods, son of Aditi. Even he made a mistake once while he was performing sacrifice. As a result, he got the opposite result of what he expected. Once upon a time, Indra, king of heaven, was being seated on the throne along with his wife Sachidevi. He was very much puffed up due to his material opulence. He was being worshipped by all the demigods, and Gandharvas were singing, Apsaras were dancing, somebody was fanning. He was completely absorbed in his own glorification. At the time, his guru Brihaspati entered the assembly. Although Indra saw his spiritual master Brihaspati enter the assembly, nevertheless, he did not get up to receive his guru. He was completely absorbed in his own glorification, hearing in his own glorification. When Brihaspati saw that Indra is too much puffed up, too much proud of his position, and he neglected to receive a guru, he felt offended and did not curse and just left the assembly. Within very short time, Indra could realize his mistake. He thought, how foolish I am. I have committed a blunder. Due to my foolishness, due to my pride, due to my false opulence, I was absorbed in hearing my own glorification. As a result, I could not receive my spiritual master. So immediately he told all his servants, please go and look for my guru, bring him back. So everyone started searching for Brihaspati. They could not find him. Then all of them returned and told Indra, oh Lord Indra, we are not able to find Brihaspati anywhere. Indra was very upset. Alas, now my guru is dissatisfied with me. I have no means of attaining any good fortune. I am bereft of all good fortune. He was lamenting for his own mistake. So at the time, Shukracharya, the guru of demons, told demons, now it is the right time for you to attack the demigods. Now they are very, very weak because they have lost the mercy of their guru. Therefore, they are very weak. So demons declared war against the demigods. There was a great war between the demons and demigods. In this great war, demigods lost their hand. They were attacked severely, injured, bleeding. Many people died. So Indra saw that demigods were completely defeated by the demons. Then Indra took over there, took the abode of Lord Brahma to find the solution for this. When Lord Brahma saw Indra and all the demigods were limping and bleeding and saw the condition of the demigods, he was not very happy. So Indra explained everything, the situation to Brahma. After hearing this, Brahma blasted Indra. You fools! Due to your desire to enjoy royal opulence, you insulted a Brahmana, your guru. As a result, you are bereft of all the good fortune and you are being defeated by the demons. Otherwise, how is it possible for you? In the past, many, many times you attacked the demons and conquered the demons. And now, the demons attacked you and you are defeated. This is due to offending a Brahmana. Then at the time, Brahma said to Indra, Magavan Dvishita Prakshina Guruvati Karama Samparti Upachitan Bhuya Kavyam Aradaya Bhaktida Adadira Nilainam Mamapi Brugudevata. My dear Magava, my dear Lord Indra, in the past many times you attacked the demons and conquered. Why? Because they were very, very weak in the past. The demons were very weak in the past. Therefore, you attacked them and defeated them. No, the demons once again become powerful. How? They simply worshipped Sukracharya, their guru, with devotion. Kavyam Aradaya Bhaktida. Kavya means Kavi. Kavi naam Ushana Kavi. Kavi refers to Ushana Kavi. Ushana means Shukracharya. They worshipped Shukracharya with bhakti. What's the result of worshipping the Brahmana, the guru with bhakti? They got so much power now. Now they can attack me and seize my abode from me. That is the power of the demons. So if one get the mercy of a Brahmana or a spiritual master, becomes so powerful. Because Indra insulted his guru and he was bereft of all the fortune. If anyone insult a Brahmana, then he will lose the duration of life and fortune, health, wealth, everything. Then he addressed Indra, Lord Brahma addressed Indra, my dear Indra, I advise you, go to Vishwarupa. He is a Brahmana. He has been performing austerity for a long time. He knows the scriptures. He is well versed in Vedic mantras. You please go, all of you, take shelter of Vishwarupa, and with his austerity, with his power, he will be able to get back your kingdom from the demons and give it to you. Give it to you. Although he is younger to you, you must accept him as your spiritual master because he is superior to you in spiritual knowledge. And also, Lord Brahma warned Indra. Although Vishwarupa will get back your kingdom, nevertheless is inclined to the demons because is related to demons through his mother. Because Tvashta got married to Rachana. Tvashta is a demigod, son of Aditi. And he got married to Rachana, who belonged to Daitya. So, the son of Trishta and Rachana is Vishwarupa. Vishwarupa is related to demigods through his father's side, related to demons through his mother's side. Therefore, a Brahma said he'll be inclined to even the demons also, because he is related to demons through his mother. He warned, be careful. So then Indra, along with the other demigods, immediately approached Vishwarupa and begged him and requested him to accept them as his disciples and get back the kingdom. So Vishwarupa composed a Narayana Kavacha mantra, and with this mantra he was able to get back the kingdom of the demigods from the demons and gave to Indra. Then later he instructed the powerful mantra, then even Indra attacked the demons and defeated them. So one day he got back the kingdom. Indra was very happy that he got back his kingdom. One day Vishwarupa was offering clarified butter in the sacrifice and chanting the demigod's name loudly. Idam Indraya Swaha, Idam Agniye Swaha, Idam Vayuve Swaha. He was chanting loudly the names of the demigods and offering the clarified butter into the sacrifice. But he was secretly chanting the demon's name also, without the knowledge of the demigods, offering clarified butter into the sacrifice. When Indra noticed this, that Vishwarupa is cheating demigods, he is making even the demons become powerful, he became very angry. He thought, anyway, I got my kingdom back. What is the use of keeping the so-called guru? So he took his sword, cut the head of Vishwarupa. Cut the head of Vishwarupa. Indra was so selfish. Although by the mercy of Vishwarupa he got back the kingdom, no, he was afraid. Once again, by the power of Vishwarupa, the demons become powerful and they will defeat me and take my kingdom back. Therefore, he did not want demons to become powerful at the head of Vishwarupa. And he incurred the sinful reaction for killing the Brahmana, because Vishwarupa was a Brahmana. Therefore, four personalities shared the sinful reaction of Indra for killing a Brahmana. Earth received 1/4 reaction of killing a Brahmana. Therefore, one portion of the earth became desert, where there is no cultivation of vegetables, fruits, there is no water, people cannot live there. This is the result of earth receiving the reaction of killing a Brahmana, Vishwarupa. Then trees took the reaction of 1/4 reaction of killing a Brahmana. Therefore, when we cut the tree, there will be some water called sap. One is forbidden to drink the water, that sap. And since water received 1/4 reaction of killing a Brahmana, there will be some foam. One is forbidden to drink the water that has got foam. And women received the 1/4 reaction of killing a Brahmana. They began to the menstruation. During that period, they are contaminated. They are not allowed to perform any rituals. They cannot go to temple because they received 1/4 reaction of killing a Brahmana. But when Trishta heard this, his son Vishwarupa was killed by this Indra, became very angry. He became a big sacrifice, and he wanted to get a person who can kill Indra. So when he was offering clarified butter into the fire sacrifice, he chanted a mantra, Indra Shatru Vivratasya Marchiram Jai Vidvisham. The meaning of the mantra is, O enemy of Indra, flourish without delay to kill your enemy. Indra Shatru Vivartasya Marchiram Jai Vidvisham. He should chant the verse Indra Shatru short. But instead, he chanted Indra Shatru little elongated. Indra Shatru Vivartasya. That's all, only small. Instead of chanting Indra Shatru, he chanted Indra Shatru. Just a little mistake in pronunciation. As a result of this mistake, while chanting, the meaning of the mantra became opposite. Instead of the person who can come out of this fire, who can kill Indra, the person who will come out, who will be killed by Indra. So, from the fire sacrifice appeared Vritrasura. Then there was a great battle between Vritrasura and Indra, and finally Indra killed Vritrasura. So you see that Tvashta, although he was a Brahmana, son of the Aditi, one of the demigods, nevertheless he could not chant the mantra properly. What to speak of the people in this age of Kali? They make hundreds of mistakes while chanting Vedic mantras, and as a result they will get opposite result. Why we have to endeavor something and get the opposite result? Therefore, it is forbidden all the sacrifices. So rather it is recommended to perform a sacrifice which will benefit. What is that sacrifice? Yajnai Sangirta Prayer. Yajantiyu Sumedasa. So in this age of Kali, the intelligent people worship the Lord by chanting the holy name. Sankirtana Yajna was recommended in this age of Kali. When we chant the holy name of Lord, even whichever way we want to chant, long, short, there is no offense. Lord Krishna is very inclined to the conditioned souls. When one chants the holy name of Lord, even unintentionally, unwillingly, sarcastically, jokingly, Krishna destroys all the sinful reaction within the heart of the person who chants the holy name, even unwillingly, unintentionally, sarcastically, jokingly. Simply by chanting Krishna destroys all the sinful reaction. So what to speak of a person who chants the holy name of Lord genuinely out of love? Krishna never leaves the heart of such a person. Anyone who chants the holy name of the Lord genuinely, he captures Krishna. Such kind of person is called Bhagavata Pradhana, the most exalted devotee of the Lord. Therefore, it is recommended in this age of Kali, one should chant the holy name of Lord Krishna with love. In this way, one can capture Krishna within his heart, and he will be able to experience the transcendental bliss throughout his life, and he will be able to go back home, back to Godhead. So, in this age of Kali, this all kinds of sacrifice forbidden. One day, Parikshit Maharaj want to conquer the world. He started traveling. He happened to see a Kali Purusha, the master of Kali, was beating the innocent cow. The moment Parikshit Maharaj saw this incidents, immediately got down, arrested this Kali. They want to punish. So the sages of Naimisharanya, headed by Shaunak Rishi, asked Suta Goswami, why did Maharaja Parikshit simply punish this lowest of Shudras? He was disguised himself as a king, he is cheating, and he was hurting the innocent animal. He is supposed to have killed him, rather he simply punished him. Why? The sages of Naimisharanya were not very happy to see the person like Parikshit Maharaj simply punishing this Kali Purusha. He must have killed him. Sometimes the kings would go out not to lording over. They are not going to conquer the world to lord over, but to see whether citizens are following the religious principle properly. Therefore, the kings go out to conquer, and because they are representative of Lord, and they must see that laws are maintained properly. People are following the religious principles. Therefore, they go out. And the sage of Naimisharanya said, why did Parikshit Maharaj simply punish? And please explain to us if this related to Lord Krishna. This activity, punishing the Kali Purusha, if it relates to Lord Krishna, please explain to us. They are not very eager to hear this Shudra. They are not eager to hear about the Shudra or about the punishment of Shudra. But they want to know if it is related to Lord Krishna. So, people should be eager to hear any subject matter if it is have any connection with Lord Krishna, otherwise should neglect it. What is the use of hearing? Even the sages from Narimisharanya, in the first chapter, we have discussed how they put forward many questions to Suta Goswami. Why did Lord Krishna appear as son of Devaki and Vasudeva? What are his different incarnation? What are the different activities that he performed different incarnation? Please explain to us. We are eager to hear the pastimes of the Lord. So many questions put forward. Suta Goswami, when he heard these questions, he was very much pleased and said to the sages from Naimisharanya, Munaya sadhu prishtoho bhavatir loka mangalam yadkrita Krishna samprishno enatma suprasidati. O sages, O munis, I am very happy to hear from you. Your questions are worthy. Why? Because it is relevant, it's related to Lord Krishna. It's related to Lord Krishna and relevance to the world's welfare. Only this kind of question can satisfy the self. If you see in this world, it's filled with full of questions. In the colleges, schools, students ask the questions, teachers answer the question, and in the parliament or the assembly, the MLAs or MPs ask the questions, legislators ask the questions, and the lawyers, the court lawyers ask the question, and the media people ask the questions. Everywhere, always filled with full of question and answers. But none of them are satisfied. None of the people is satisfied because it's not connected to Krishna. The satisfaction of the soul can be obtained only if it connected to Krishna. We can be happy when we hear about Krishna, when we talk about Krishna. Otherwise, we cannot be happy. So therefore, says Naimisharanya asked the question to Suta Goswami, please explain to us if it is having any connection with the Krishna. So Suta Goswami began to answer. Parikshit Maharaj, when he was sitting in the camp, ruling the citizens, being in the capital Hastinapura, he heard that Kali has infiltrated in his kingdom. The moment he heard Kali has entered into his kingdom, he was not very happy. Immediately got up, took his bow and arrow, started going out. You see the Maharaj Parikshit reaction. The moment he heard the Kali has entered into his kingdom, immediately he was not very peaceful. Let the Kali Purusha can come and occupy. Why should I go? Let me be happy. He did not. He was very much unhappy to hear this. He immediately got up and took his bow and arrow, started going out to conquer the world. So wherever he went, he heard the glories of his forefathers, Pandavas, how they were unalloyed devotee of Lord Krishna. And also they heard about the activities of Lord Krishna, wonderful activities of Lord Krishna, how Krishna constantly protect the Pandavas. And how also he heard about how Parikshit was saved from the weapon of Brahmastra, means from the Brahmastra released by Ashwatthama. So how Parikshit was saved by Lord Krishna. When he heard about his protection, how Krishna protected his forefathers, he was very happy and gave charity to all the singers. And also he heard how Krishna, out of his causeless mercy, although he was obeyed by everyone in the entire universe, nevertheless Krishna rendered all kinds of service to Pandavas, ranging from chariot driver, the president of the assembly, messenger, night watchman, chariot driver, and everything. Whatever way Pandavas wanted, Krishna rendered all kinds of service to Pandavas. Because Pandavas were ready to sacrifice any amount of energy for the service of the Lord. Similarly, Krishna also was ready to do any kinds of service for the Pandavas. Krishna was captured due to the unalloyed love of Pandavas. So devotee when he rendered service unto Krishna without any expectation, Krishna was ready to give himself to such devotees. Krishna accepted various services. When Krishna would meet Yudhishthira Maharaj, he would fall at the feet of Yudhishthira Maharaj. When he would meet Bhima, he would fall at the feet of Bhima. Who is a Bhima? Is a normal human being. Whereas Krishna, Supreme Personality of Godhead, would fall at the feet of elders, just like when younger person meet elder person, he fall at the feet to take the blessings. Similarly, Krishna would fall at the feet of his devotees, like a Bhima and Yudhishthira Maharaja. And he accepted the position of a chariot driver. It's a Shudra post. Like Karna was called Sutaputra. Why? Because son of charioteer. His father was Atirata. He was a charioteer. So the position of a charioteer is a Shudra. But Krishna accepted the post for his devotee. Although Krishna accepted the post of a chariot driver, nevertheless, he never fell down from his position. Therefore, he is called Achyuta. Achyuta means, although he accepted the position of the chariot driver, he remained the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And also one more meaning of Achyuta, he never fails to show affection to his devotees. And he accepted the post of a messenger of Pandavas. When Yudhishthira Maharaja underwent 12 years of forest life and 1 year incognito, that was the wager put by Shakuni. So they underwent 12 years of austere life in the forest and 1 year they lived in incognito. After 13 years they supposed to get the kingdom. Dhritarashtra did not invite Pandavas to hand over the kingdom. Therefore they are waiting, no response. At that time, Yudhishthira Maharaj sent Krishna as a messenger to the court of Dhritarashtra to convey the message of Yudhishthira Maharaj. So Krishna carried the message of Yudhishthira to the court of Dhritarashtra. And sometimes Krishna acted as like a watchman. When there was a fight among the Pandavas, between the Pandavas and Kauravas, Krishna would stay in the camp of Pandavas outside the tent, so that Pandavas take a rest peacefully. See, just imagine, night watchman. Krishna took all kind of position to service devotees. When Parikshit Maharaj heard how Krishna rendered all kinds of menial service to his forefathers, he became overwhelmed with devotion to the lotus feet of the Lord. So, while this was going on, Dharma, the principles of religion, who assumed the form of a bull, happened to see Mother Earth, who assumed the form of a cow. The cow, Mother Earth, was not very happy, feeling very sorry, dejected, depressed, disappointed, and she looked like as if she's bereft of opulence, luster. Dharma asked the question to Mother Earth, Madam, are you not hale and hearty? You're bereft of your luster. And why are you disappointed? You look very dejected. What is the cause of your dejection? I have lost my 3 legs. I am standing on the 1 leg. Are you feeling sorry for the state of my existence? Or you are feeling sorry for the women and children who are unprotected, who have been abandoned by the men? Or you are feeling sorry for the Brahmanas who have neglected the Brahminical culture and accepted the post in the Shudras, like administrative class, the so-called administrative order. They do not follow the Shastras. Therefore, they put to the state affairs into disorder. Are you lamenting this state? Or you are feeling that the general populace who is supposed to follow the rules and regulations are neglecting? Generally, the tendency of the people, they have got 4 kinds of activities. Ahara, Nidra, Bhayamaitrumcha. Eating, mating, sleeping, defending. And the people are not following this properly. and they perform this kind of eating, mating, and sleeping everywhere without following the rules and regulations. Are you feeling sorry for the state? What purpose you are feeling dejected? Please tell me. Because in this age of Kali, the women, children, brahmanas, and cows were neglected, and superficial marriage happens between the male and female. And if there is any quarrel, little bit here and there, divorce. And as a result, women are unprotected. Due to this, their connection with some other male. As a result, there is an unwanted progeny, Varna Shankara. And Varna Shankara people are not cared by anyone. Sometimes parents, because the children was born due to improper contact, they throw the child into the dustbin or garbage and go away. This kind of existence happening in this age of Kali. So, are you feeling suffering for this? Or the general population, generally there are common activities among the human being and animals. The Hara Nidra Bhayamatrumcha. Animals also have got the qualities of having these things, eating, mating, sleeping and defending. Human being also have got this. But the special quality of human beings to follow the religious principles. But in this age of Kali, people neglect the religious principle and act exactly like animals. And they perform this kind of activities everywhere. For example, a dog, a male dog can mate with a female dog in the road, on the road. But a person, human being cannot do this. Why? It's a criminal. But nowadays, people do not care. When they perform such kind of act, it pollutes the consciousness of the people. Just like Ajamila case. Ajamila was a pious Brahmana. He was just went to a forest or a garden to bring flowers to worship the deities. So while he was collecting the flowers, he happened to see a Shudra embracing a prostitute and kissing. When he saw the sexual act, he was agitated. As a result, he fell down from the Brahminical standard and rejected his wife, brought the prostitute to his house. He maintained the prostitute, neglected his old age parents, and to maintain the prostitute, he performed all kinds of sinful activity. How such a Brahmana, a first class Brahmana, fell down just by looking at this behavior of this low class people. Nowadays, just you see, in this age of Kali, everywhere we see abundance, TV, movie, and posters, YouTube, Facebook, wherever we see only this kind of act. Due to the influence of Kali Yuga, destroys all the religious principle. Even the person who wants to practice spiritual life, religious life, he fall victims to act like Ajamila. It's all due to influence of Kali Yuga. And Dharma further questioned to Mother Earth, "Oh my dear madam, Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, appeared in order to relieve your burden. Now he has left for his abode. Due to his absence, I think you are feeling dejected. Please let me know what is the cause of your unhappiness." So at the time, Mother Earth in the form of cow started explaining, "Oh Dharma, yes, I will answer all your questions. Even you are maintained in the past by 4 legs. As a result, you are able to give happiness to the entire world by the grace of the Lord. The principles of religion are laid down by the Lord himself. Such principles were maintained by Dharmaraja. But gradually, that principle start deteriorating. What is the principles of religion? It's called Taposhaucham Daya Satyam. Austerity, Shaucham, cleanliness, Daya, mercy, and Satyam, truthfulness. Now, in this age of Kali, all things are being broken. In fact, during Satyuga, all the principles of religion were strictly followed. As a result, everyone was happy. In the Satyuga, people were very happy. But in Treta Yuga, reduced a fraction by 1/4. 3/4 was standing. 3 legs. And this, the Dwapara Yuga, reduced to half. And this Kali Yuga, reduced to 1/4. So the adharma started destroying this taposhochum daya satyam. Particularly, the pride destroys the austerity, and the illicit connection with women destroys cleanliness, and intoxication destroys mercy. So only the truthfulness existing now in the Kali Yuga. Gradually, it will diminish. At the end, it will become zero. It will become zero. So now, previously you are standing on your 4 legs. As a result, people were happy. Now, people are not happy because the religious principles are gradually destroyed slowly. The next, Mother Earth said, Lord Krishna appeared in order to relieve me. Now he left for his abode. When he was there, I was so happy. I was so happy because his lotus feet, the impression of his lotus feet always upon my surface. Because whenever Krishna would walk, the impression of the lotus feet of Lord Krishna touched the surface of the earth. And Mother Earth was feeling so happy, so blissful due to receiving the dust of the lotus feet of the Lord, due to the impression of the lotus feet of the Lord. Therefore, Mother Earth was feeling that I was endowed with the special favors. I was endowed with the special favors that supersedes the fortune of all the worlds, all the planetary system, because Lord left the impression of his lotus feet on my head. Therefore, everything was prosperous when Krishna was there. Now, when Krishna is not there, no longer the world is happy. So, the opulence of the world, the opulence and the fortune of the world is only by the grace of Lord. When Lord Krishna was there, when he walks on the surface of the earth, his lotus feet impression, particularly the lotus flower, thunderbolt, many things are there. So the impression of the lotus feet of Lord will be there upon the earth. As a result, there was everything was prosperous on the earth. Like trees would give abundant fruits, and plants would give vegetables, and everything was full. Rivers were full, mountains were filled with trees, minerals, and it was supplying all the necessities of human life. Everyone was happy. Even the monkeys, for example, monkeys live on eating fruits. Nowadays, there is no proper fruits in the trees. As a result, the monkeys coming to the places where the people are living, they come through even ashram and create a nuisance. So, because there was no fruits, there is no fruits nowadays, proper fruits. There's no trees, proper trees. But when Krishna was there, everything was in abundance. As a result, people were, all the citizens, human beings, animals, birds, everyone got everything in full. When Krishna is no longer present, everything is not there. So, how do we, now Krishna is not there. Is there any way that we can get the presence of Krishna once again? Yes. Shastra says yes. How? Simply by chanting the holy name of Lord Krishna and hearing the pastimes of the Lord, we can bring Krishna. And once again, the world can flourish. Everything will be abundant if every person chants the holy name of the Lord, simply discuss the pastimes of the Lord. Mother Earth will produce everything sufficiently. It is said in the Padma Purana, Naam tishtami vaikunte yogina hrideshuva yatra gayanti mad bhakta tatra tishtami narata. Lord Vishnu says to Narada, My dear Narada, I do not reside in Vaikuntha, nor I reside in the heart of yogis who are undergoing tapasya in the forest. Then where I am? Yatra Gayanti Madbhakta, wherever my devotees chants my name, my forms, my transcendental activities, I am present there. It's a conclusion of the Shastra. Lord himself says to Narada that I am present wherever my devotees chant my holy name, discuss about my pastimes. So when we chant the holy name of the Lord, when we discuss about the pastimes of the Lord, Lord is present there. When the Lord is present there, everything will be abundance. There will be no scarcity at all. People can lead a happy, prosperous life simply by chanting and hearing the glories of the Lord. Therefore, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu brought this mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. When we chant this holy name, chanting 16 rounds of Hare Krishna mantra is like an austerity. One has to follow this austerity and follow the 4 regulative principles. In this way, one can keep this influence of Kali Yuga far away, and one can feel the presence of Satya Yuga. By chanting the holy name of Lord and following the 4 regulative principles and constantly hearing the glories of the Lord in the association of devotees, one can keep the influence of Kali far away. Therefore, it's very, very important to chant the holy name every day without fail and hear Bhagavatam, read Bhagavatam, being in the association of devotees. This helps us to purify our consciousness, and whatever requirement is there, that will be taken care. Just like a devotees, we don't care what is the cost of tomato, what is the cost of petrol, what is the cost of this. Nothing. Krishna takes care. Because Krishna says, I will take care. So everyone, if you practice, everyone will get. So Mother Earth was feeling sad that Krishna is no longer present. As a result, the influence of Kali entered everywhere and creating disturbance. I am feeling sorry to see this state of the condition. I am feeling sorry to see this condition. Then Mother Earth said, actually, whenever Lord was walking, I was bestowed with the fortune of the dust of the lotus feet. And I was so happy. But when I was feeling happy, my Lord, Krishna left. Krishna left for his abode. Sometimes, even when Krishna was living with his queens in Dwaraka, all the queens had association only for some time. When Krishna would go out to assembly, Sudharma assembly, they could not get the chance to associate with the Lord. When he would go out of Dwaraka, sometimes he would go to Astinapura. At the time, they would not get the opportunity to associate with Lord Krishna. Whereas Mother Earth always received the dust of the lotus feet, means received the impression of the lotus feet of Krishna. There was no separation between Mother Earth and Krishna. Krishna's touch was there with the Mother Earth constantly. Even the goddess of fortune or the queens of Dwaraka did not get the mercy as Mother Earth received the mercy of the Lord. Therefore, Mother Earth is saying to Dharma, who can tolerate the separation from the Lord Krishna? Who can feel the pangs of separation from Lord Krishna? So when both Mother Earth and Dharma were having conversation, at that time Parikshit Maharaj reached the spot. And what is going to happen, we will see in the next class. Thank you. Hare Krishna.